I feel like when young Pakistanis in the diaspora think of Pakistan, they either think of like Zayn Malik or Abida Parveen. Yes, two very iconic people, but there are so many awesome historical figures and people that came out of Pakistan and South Asia in general that influence politics, culture, and literature in ways that we might not realize. So I'm doing a series on people you should know about. And for the first episode, I'm talking about someone very special named Iqbal Bano. Iqbal Bano wasn't just an ordinary ghazal singer. She was someone who weaponized her voice during one of the most critical periods in Pakistani history. At a time where poetry, literature, and free expression were a threat to the state, she stood strong in front of a crowd of thousands of people and reminded the nation what resistance looks like. Born in Delhi in 1935, Iqbal Bano was trained in classical music from a very young age. She migrated to Pakistan after partition and quickly became a very prominent voice on Radio Pakistan. Her demand over both Urdu and Farsi made her a very popular vocalist in the country. But to really understand Bano's impact, you have to understand the Pakistan that she was singing in. From the late 1970s into the 80s, General Zia-ul-Haq declared Pakistan under a military dictatorship. After overthrowing Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto in a military coup in 1977, Zia took over the country and started imposing these strict restrictions on expression and implementing this very radical version of religion. It was about him wanting to control and restructure every aspect of public and private life. Television was censored and public expression was monitored. It was a typical case of a dictator utilizing religion to further his own political agenda. And Zia also harshly cracked down on women. Women were banned from playing sports and making certain appearances on TV. And against this backdrop, poetry was seen as very dangerous. Something that was also very particularly banned was the sari, because Zia saw it as something that was too Indian to be Pakistani. So now I'm going to set the scene for one of Iqbal Bano's most iconic moments. It was a public performance in the heart of Lahore with thousands of people. Iqbal Bano, dressed in a black sari, a piece of clothing banned under Zia's regime, walks onto the stage of Alhamra Arts Council on February 13th, 1986, and the hall is packed. And this is when she sings Hum Dekhenge by Faiz Ahmed Faiz, one of the most anti-authoritarian anthems of resistance. In this moment, she wasn't just performing a poem, she was committing an act of civil disobedience. People clapped, cried, and shouted slogans. The government tried to control this by banning Iqbal Bano from coming on national television, but the effect of her performance had already rippled amongst Pakistan. Iqbal Bano gave ordinary Pakistanis who were tuning in all across the country a feeling of collective power.